Yes, good morning, students. Today we are going to start our next chapter, and the name of the chapter is Breathing and Exchange of Gases. This chapter comes under the unit Human Physiology, and today we will cover mainly two topics. First one is the difference between breathing and respiration, and second, what is respiration and what are the various types of respiration. So, let's start. Yes. Now, this is the difference between breathing and respiration. Breathing is simply intake of air and remove of foul air. Simply intake and removal of air is known as breathing. Got it? And what is the next? What is the difference between respiration? Respiration is the oxidation of food. Respiration is the oxidation of food. Means when food is oxidized to release carbon dioxide, water and energy, this is known as respiration. And when we simply intake the air and remove the air, this is known as breathing. So this is the first difference between breathing and respiration. Next, breathing is a physical process. Yes, we all know breathing is a physical process, whereas respiration is you can say biochemical process. Biochemical process means respiration take place inside the cell. Inside the cell is the living component. So all the reaction that take place inside the cell are termed as biochemical reactions or biochemical processes. Third point, no energy is released in breathing. Means when we intake the air and remove the air, in this no energy is released, but energy is utilized during breathing, whereas in respiration energy is released in the form of ATP. Next, breathing is an extracellular process. Breathing is a extracellular process, means this process take place outside the cell, whereas respiration is the intracellular process, because respiration take place inside the cell. All the reactions will take place inside the cell. Next point, no enzymes involved in breathing. Simply breathing is a physical process, so no enzymes or no, or you can say any other substance is required for breathing, whereas in respiration large number of enzymes are required. Next, breathing is confined to certain organs. Certain organs means respirate breathing is mainly confined to, you can say, nostrils, then trachea, then lungs. Got it? And respiration occur in all cells of the body. So these are main six differences we can you can say attempt. If the question come arise that give the difference between breathing and respiration, then you must mention these six differences. Yes. Now next topic is type of respiration. There are mainly two type of respiration, aerobic and anaerobic. In 10th class we already covered about the difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So let's start with the anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration is that mode of respiration in which nutrients are oxidized without the use of oxygen. Without the use of oxygen means without the use of oxygen, the nutrients or the food are oxidized in our body. For example, in yeast glucose is a component of food. In yeast, glucose is oxidized anaerobically to form alcohol, and the name of the alcohol is ethyl alcohol plus carbon dioxide. In bacteria or in muscle also, glucose is converted into lactic acid, and this lactic acids you can say this lactic acids will create muscle cramps, muscular cramps. When we do heavy exercise, then glucose oxidized, but glucose is oxidized in absence of oxygen or in less amount of oxygen, so glucose is converted into lactic acid. That is the main reason behind the muscular cramps. And some endoparasites are also anaerobic in nature. Endoparasites are, endo means inside the body, endo means inside the body. So some parasites or some, you can say, microbes that live inside our body or inside any organism, they are anaerobic in nature, means they oxidize the food in absence of oxygen. So it is a very important point. Endoparasites are anaerobic in nature. Yes, next, aerobic respiration. Uh, this is simple definition. Just we replace one word and one, or you can say substitute two words to write this definition. When nutrients are oxidized with the use of, in anaerobic condition, absence of oxygen is there, but in aerobic respiration, use of oxygen take place. And aerobic respiration is of two type: external respiration and external respiration. And next, external respiration is exchange of gases between blood and air. Means when air reaches, or when air is exchanged with the blood, this type of respiration is known as external respiration. Then this gases means the oxygen and carbon dioxide are transported to the tissue or towards the organ, and then this oxygen will utilized, and this will come under the internal respiration. Internal respiration is exchange of gases between blood and tissue, and at the end this oxygen is used for the oxidation of nutrient. This is known as cellular respiration. Again, I am repeating, this is 4 point. External respiration is simply exchange of gases between blood and air, then transport of gases towards the tissue, then this gases will exchange between tissue, and this oxygen or these gases are used for the oxidation of nutrients. This is the last point, and this point is known as cellular respiration. Last point is very important. What is cellular respiration? Then you mentioned that oxidation of nutrient in the cell and release of energy is known as cellular respiration. So next, yes, there are different you can say mechanism of breathing. There are different mechanism of breathing present in different organisms. Means in human being there is a particular system present known as lungs are the particular organ that help for the, you can say, breathing. But different animals have different mechanism for breathing. Simple animal will, you can say, have breathe by simple body surface, or complex organism have complex body structure and have complex organ that will help to exchange of gases. So let's start. First, lower invertebrates. Lower invertebrates means the phylum, you can say Porifera, Coelenterata, or Platyhelminthes. These are some lower invertebrates member. So first, sponges. Sponges means phylum Porifera, Coelenterata, phylum Coelenterata, phylum Platyhelminthes are mainly breathe through a special mechanism known as simple diffusion. Means these three category animals will simply diffuse for the exchange of gases. Oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange with the help of diffusion, and mainly the diffusion will take place through its body surface. Then next, earthworm. Earthworm mainly respire through moist cuticle. Moist means cuticle means the outer layer, and moist means it have a moisture in it. And some insects are respired through a special respiratory, you can see, tube known as tracheal tube. And some aquatic arthropods and molluscas respire through a specialized gills are present in this. And in terrestrial molluscas means the mollusca member that live on the land. In aquatic, they live in water. So terrestrial molluscas contain vascular bag-like structure known as lungs, and through lungs exchange of gases will take place. But when vertebrates are considered, then they have a particular defined structure. Means, for example, fishes have gills. Reptiles, birds and mammals have a specialized structure known as lungs, and amphibia like frog can also respire through their moist skin also. And amphibia like frog in the larva stage, tadpole stage, they are mainly respire through the gills. So these are the some examples of different animals and the different body structure that help for the breathing of gases. Uh, Starting with the lower invertebrate and finishing with the vertebrates. human mainly respire. Human comes in mammals, and human mainly respire with the special respiratory mechanism system known as lungs. So this is all about in first part of this chapter, in which we cover about the difference between breathing and respiration, which is a very important point that must be understood to all the student. And then the type of respiration, aerobic and anaerobic. Then at the end, the various body structure, or body, you can say, specialized organ that help for the exchange of gases. So this is all about in today's lecture.